What is up, guys? AJS here with the Vivant Vault. I don't know if that's how you pronounce the company name, but this is the Vault. And it is an e-cig type of oil vape, I suppose. So this one is pretty unique. I haven't had a lot of oil vapes or oil pens or things like that. Really, all I have is basically just like one of those like stick batteries where like the C cell screws into the top of it through a 510, and then you just turn it on, press the button, and rip. So this one is a little different in the sense that it has like wattage control. It goes from 5 watts up to, I believe, 15. Yeah, 15 right there. I've never gone up nearly close that high. I sit between like 5 and 10 or so. But guys, I have been loving using this. I haven't touched anything else since I've got it. I guess I'll just sort of go through what it comes with for now. So you get the mod with the battery, and the battery life is pretty good. You can see it's pretty low right now, but I've been vaping on this for the past like 4 days, pretty much nonstop. The battery life is still going. So you get the oil or like distillate type of cartridge. It's pretty long. This is compared to my normal C cell, so you can see the differences right there. Pretty big. It screws in, so this long post screws in to the mouthpiece. So you would unscrew this. I think it's sort of latched on with oil right now. Yeah, so you unscrew this, and then that allows you to take off the lid. I'm not going to right now because it could get messy. So that allows you to take off the lid. And then that also disconnects this from the glass. So there's like a little silicone here that keeps it in place, but once this is unscrewed, then that leaves this whole inner steel piece sort of free sitting against the silicone. So you can pull this out, and essentially you would have this mouthpiece, you'd have this part come off down here, and you would just have a clear glass. So that's how I did it. I didn't have any sort of, I forget the needle. There's the needle that helps with the distillate syringes to sort of be able to stick it further down this hole, because if you just stick the distillate syringe right here, all your oil is going to be stuck right here and you have to wait for it to drip down. So what I did didn't work out the best. I don't know if this is the right way, but I unscrewed it. I took off the mouthpiece. I'm just screwing it back on for now. And I took off the bottom part. So all I had was a piece of glass essentially. And I just squirt the oil all along right here on the inside. And then I connected the two pieces together, but what that did was it sort of forced the oil up the glass a little bit. I just ran hot water over a bag. I just put this in a bag in a cup with hot water, and eventually the oil just dripped down to where it was just at a nice even layer down here. Right now it's pretty low. I had it a bit higher, but even here it still rips and fires great. And then this one is the dabber essentially. So this one, like, you fill up like a cartridge, and then this one is the one where you load up a dab. So you would unscrew this, and there you go. That is where your dab essentially would go. In there you got a dual coil. I forget what the coil is called. Claptons maybe. It might be those. I'm not sure. Either way, they're very good. I love them. I get great flavor. The clouds are pretty ridiculous. So yeah, I'm just gonna load up a quick derb in here just so I can do a quick demonstration. So I just sort of press it right there in the middle. As you can see, nice little derb. This is some Gorilla grapes. Highly enjoyable. Highly recommend it. Nice hybrid. So the cool thing about this, so I just screwed on the bottom, is the mouthpiece comes off. It's just attached through silicone, so you just pull and it comes off, and you got yourself a nice little dab tool. So I use this to get the dab off of whatever medium my dab is on at the moment, which is some parchment paper right now, or wax paper, whatever it is. I'm not familiar with any of this stuff. So that just goes right back on, and boom, you're good to start vaping. So it comes with two sizes of their magnetic connectors. You got the big one and the small one. I noticed the small one doesn't fit this tiny C cell, and also it would make it so it would sit very low in this. When you use the bigger one, it seats the C cell up a little bit higher. It's still a little awkward just because of how skinny this thing is compared to like how big the hole is, but it does work. So you can use a standard C cell in this with the magnetic connector. But what I would do right now is I would get the smaller one, because this thing's pretty big, and you just screw it on, the flush side screws on, and then the awkward side stays on the bottom. Screw it on, nice and easy. And then it's just simply a magnetic connection. And so it'll look like that when it sits. Nice and flush, looks like an e-cig. People don't really bat an eye. I've used this out and about. Something I've noticed is if you spin this, you can get it to where the air hole is coming through the gap. And if you don't do that, then the airflow can be cut off a little, just something I've noticed. So we'll go for a quick rip. You guys probably won't see much vapor, but just a little demonstration. So here we go. Pressing it to melt it a little. Nice rip. 5 watts is pretty low. I get very, very good flavor with that rip, like ridiculously good. I just taste straight oil. I don't taste any coil or steel or metal or anything. I just get a very nice, diesel-y, deep Earl flavor that I've got. So gonna go for another rip. Another nice rip. You guys just can't see any because of the lighting, but the rips are definitely there. So we already have the magnetic connector screwed into that one, so what you can do, screw this one into over here. And then all you would have to do is simply pop that guy out, pop this guy in, and now you can vape off of this little coil instead. And obviously you can see it sits up a little higher. That is because we have the larger magnetic connector on this one. So if I switched it out, it would be sitting just as low as this one was sitting because they're relatively the same size. Yeah, but as you can see, the connector makes it significantly longer. But it's good to have that option so then you can throw it on the C-cell when necessary. And normally I think C-cells people will vape around like 3 watts to 5 watts or something along those lines. Obviously this can't go down to 3, it goes down to 5. So I don't hold on the trigger for too long, but I've never noticed any sort of burny tasting vapor, no burny quality of vapor. Like you sort of get that scratchiness in your throat when the oil starts getting a little bit too hot. I don't notice that. I don't hold on the trigger for more than probably 2 or 3 seconds. At that point, I'll just start sort of pulsing the trigger just to make sure the temp stays a little low. But really, guys, within those 2 or 3 seconds, you already have a massive cloud from a C-cell like this. So I don't know. It's really not much to fret about. I really enjoy it. I've been using this all the time. I got some Granddaddy Perp in here, and then I got the Gorilla Grapes in there, and then I got some Sour D Shatter as well, and then this C-cell is Green Crack, so I'm pretty much set. Like, it's nice that I just have one vape for all of this. And guys, it is very small. It really is very small. Like, and then let me show you with the C-cell in it, because that is still also very small. It's a little bit awkward, as I said earlier, because it's just a skinny tube in a large hole, so naturally that's kind of, it doesn't work well. So that's what it looks like when it's in. So like I said, a little bit awkward. It does move back and forth, but it is heavily connected by the magnet. It's a pretty strong magnet, so I can like pick it up by it and it won't fall out. So yeah, even though you can push it side to side, it springs right back, and the vapor comes very quick. See, right away. Nice, easy cloud. Very good flavor. Obviously, I could have gotten bigger. That was just like a 1 second inhale pretty much. But yeah, thing works great. My biggest complaint or gripe is the same complaint I have with pretty much every single thing like this, and that's just filling it. It's just difficult to fill. But I also don't have one of those like blunt tip needle, I believe they're called. I don't have one of those, so that makes things a little bit more difficult. I'm sure if I had that, filling it up would be a breeze. I would just unscrew this, make sure this stays connected. I'll just hold it like that, unscrew that, put the syringe in, squirt that shit in, and it would be good to go. So, I mean, all in all, I really like it. I cannot really have anything bad to say. I'm not exactly sure of the price. I don't know what like that is obviously a pretty big factor, but if it's pretty cheap and it's competitive and it goes up against anything else, I really don't have any problems with it. I haven't tested many things out there. Like I said, I just use those standard little battery pen type things with the 510, and then it's like 5 clicks to turn on or whatever, and then it's like 1 set temp. I've used stuff like that. I've used the Yokan Evolve Plus. I've used the XL with the quad coil, which is pretty shitty. I don't recommend that just because there's so much coil there. But yeah, I think I prefer it to the Yokan, the dual coil one, and like I really liked that one. And if anything, it's just as good. I don't know if it's necessarily better, but I like the form factor better because it's more wide, so it's less tall. Whereas the other one, it's like battery here and then like vape up here, so it makes it like, you know, twice as long. So I don't know, just personal preference. I'm really enjoying it, really easy to use, and yeah, pretty much no complaints, guys. So that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed. I normally do flower herb vapes, I know, guys, but I got this to beta test and I wanted to make a video as soon as I possibly got home. I've been testing it for like 4 days. I was down in a different city and I just got back home, stepped in the door and recorded this video. So wanted to get to it as fast as possible because I really, really do enjoy this thing. These guys did a great job and I really appreciate the fact that they let me beta test it. So all good people, good fun. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed. Peace out.